What do you think they do in that flower fight if it starts to rain?
That's a good point. It would be chaos.
Be absolutely
no one would be able
mad.
to move anyway, would they?
Let's not try it over here. Charlotte, for now, thank you. Let's find out what's coming up in all the sport. Here's Sarah Jane.
Thanks very much, Steve. Yep, coming up, all the latest ahead of a classic night in the Champions League. Snowboarding, jeans, whatever next.
Why wouldn't you just wear jeans?
I don't think you get the same kind of movement in jeans.
Really?
Have you ever tried snowboarding in jeans?
No, I'm not mad enough to try snowboarding. There you go. Sarah Jane, thank you. Let's hope the weather isn't cold enough for snowboarding over here. How's it looking, Lucy?
Well,
The paparazzi himself, Darren Lyons. Good to see you, Darren. But before we chat to Darren and go through the paper, let's have a look at the rest of the news for you this morning. Here's Charlotte.
Thanks very much, Steve. The row over bankers' bonuses will be reignited this morning as Barclays prepares to announce record annual profits of around £11 billion. Analysts...
Seems like a lot of fun to me.
It'd ruin your outfit.
Yeah, it would.
As you can see, Darren Lyons is here, chairman of the Big Picture Agency, to take us through the papers. It's always good.
Yeah, whatever. You know, all she wants is a tarantula and a pony, of course. They've planned all their trips around the world. Of course, Australia's going to be the first stop in. I like the house in Kensington for $19 million, but you've got to do it up. And a bluefin tuna for 80,000 quid.
I don't think I'd bother with that. I tell you what...
For inventors like that, I think that's brilliant. You know, people come up with these ideas and to actually see people put it into practice, you should have more of it.
I grew up watching Professor...
Purely down to a bit of after...
Well, it's an interesting story.
Retouching.
It's an interesting story because Jeff Hubbard, 53, who was the photographer in this, was a homeless fella who Prince William gave the opportunity.
Indeed. Let's have a look at the rest of the news for you this morning. Here's Charlotte.
Thanks very much, Steve. Credit card companies have been accused of cashing in on struggling borrowers and saddling them with crippling debts. The cost of borrowing on plastic has risen to a 12-year high, despite the Bank of England's historically low base rate. Alistair Bunkle has the details.
Who do you think the star of the show is going to be tonight?
Well, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I'm looking forward to all the red carpet stuff. That'll be happening later on this afternoon. We'll, of course, have all of that on Sky News to be able to check out the outfits, who's wearing what, who's going in with who.
I'll tell you what, Peter Kay's hosting it as well, so that, at least it'll be funny.
Yeah,
whatever happens,
great.
it'll be funny. Charlotte, we'll see you in a moment.
Thank you.
Let's find out what's happening in all the sports news for you this morning. Guess who it's about? Here's Sarah Jane.
yeah, it's not all about me. It's all about David Beckham. We'll have the latest ahead of a classic night in the Champions League. Beckham.
So let's catch up on all the Sunrise sport for you with Sarah Jane, and back to Mr Beckham.
Yeah, hiding his facial hair there. You're not too keen on the chops, are you, that he's
The old
sporting at the
pork
moment?
chops, not a good look.
No, we'll have a look at those in a sec. 7 years after leaving Manchester United, David Beckham is set to face his former club for the first time this evening. Bex will be hoping to get the better of his old boss, Sir Alex.
If I ever go snowboarding, I'll get a pair.
Yeah.
Until then, I won't. Sarah Jane, thank you. See you later. Let's have a look at the weather prospects. Here's Lucy. We'll take you through the morning's newspapers with Darren Lyons. Good to see you, Darren, as always. But first, let's take you through the top. This time now to take you through the morning newspapers. Darren Lyons, chairman of the Big Picture Agency. Good to see you, Darren.
Good to see you, Steve.
And let's start off with those lottery winners on the front of the Express.
How would you spend it? From private jets for $5 million. You can buy Devil's Cay Island off the Bahamas for $9.085 million.
It's not bad, is it?
Big.
Basically, a castle for that.
It's just too much money. Think of all the people that could have been made millionaires and their lives would have changed.
You have to
You
say,
just
though,
couldn't spend all that.
isn't it the case that
Pensions.
anything...
I wish I could think of things like that. You never know when you might need a pair of boots that could walk on water.
No, indeed. Yeah, it could be quite handy. Well, there was a bloke a few years ago that did quite well with it. He turned a bit of water into wine, etc. I haven't mastered that yet.
Yeah, that's...
I've drunk a bit of wine like water. But
Yeah. Let's have a quick look. Let's finish off with... I mean, every boy likes a Swiss Army knife.
Well,
but the ones out in Afghanistan are something else.
Well, 65...
If are out there, then it's got to be a good thing.
Absolutely, indeed,
Darren,
Steve.
great to see you. Thanks very much
very much.
indeed.
Cheers.
It's Peter Kay hosting the event tonight. I mean, that's just going to be classic.
I was watching him.
Reminder, of course, that we will have all the results from the Brit Awards tomorrow morning here on Sunrise. Let's have a quick look at the sports headlines for you. Here's Sarah Jane.
Thanks very much, Steve. Well, if you're not watching the Brits, you might want to watch a bit of football because 7 years after leaving Manchester United, David Beckham is set to face his former club for the first time this evening.
Although I have an advanced prediction for you, actually.
Oh, go on.
Lady Gaga will win the prize for the most outrageous outfit. Do you think that's a safe bet?
I think that's pretty much guaranteed, isn't it? Charlotte, we'll see you later on. Thank you. Let's have a look at all the sports news for you this morning with Sarah Jane, and everyone's wondering whether Beckham is going to get one past United tonight.
Yes, that's what United fans are wondering. Could he come back to haunt them 7 years after leaving Manchester United? David Beckham, he's set to face his former club for the first time this evening. Bex will be... There you go. If you've never watched it before, watch it. It's strangely
It's quite
addictive.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, 2002, I was hooked. It's one of those things, it sucks you in. So there you go. Give it a watch.
Got to be worth a try. Sarah J, thank you. Let's find out how wintry those conditions are going to be here in the UK today. Here's Lucy. Let's have a look at the rest of the news for you this morning. Here's Charlotte.
Thanks very much, Stephen. We start with some breaking news we've had in just the last few minutes that 2 men have been arrested by detectives investigating the murder of a police officer in Northern Ireland. PC Stephen Carroll was gunned down by dissident Republicans in March as he answered a call in Craigavon in County Armagh. The 2 suspects are apparently in their 20s and their 30s. Those are the unique details we have on them so far. So the breaking news in the last few minutes is that 2 men have been arrested by detectives investigating the murder of a police officer in Northern Ireland. More on that as we get it. Barclays has just announced a pre-tax profit of £11.6 billion for last year. Now, 60% of bonus...
Should be a good night. Charlotte, thank you. Well, James is here in the studio. Welcome to Sunrise.
Well, thank you very much
Good
for having
to see you. I mean, it's dark, bit of fantasy, lots of sword use and what have you.
You know, we have James Bond, we have Harry Potter, and we have Mr. Bean, you know, in terms of our franchises.
Yeah, he's definitely not Mr. Bean, is he?
No, he's certainly not Mr. Bean, no. So I think that was one of the big attractions, was you know, to create a new big action hero for Britain.
I mean, it really is action-packed, and it's got that Hollywood sort of feel to it, hasn't it? It's beautifully produced.
Yep.
Is there an appeal for you in doing these actions being a trilogy? I mean, are they guaranteed? Are they in the bag? Or does it all depend on the taking?
No.
Away from acting today to come and talk to us. What is it that you're shooting at the moment?
At the moment, I'm shooting incredible projects called John Carter of Mars.
Great to meet you. Good luck with the film.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait to go and see it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Let's get a catch-up with the sports headlines for you. Here's Sarah Jo.
Thanks, Steve. Right, well, let's start with that big game tonight. 7 years after leaving Manchester United, David Beckham set to face his former club for the first time this evening. Becks will be hoping to get the better result.
So, Jane, thank you. Yeah, I saw, James, you were quite enjoying some of that Winter Olympic stuff.
The Winter Olympics.
Yeah, 32, which is old for a skier,
Old.
apparently.
It must be
so
downhill for him.
Yeah, very good.
We're
We should have
both
written that.
past it. James, great to meet you this morning. Thank you for
Thank you very
coming
much
in.
for having me.
Stay with